Antonio Parkinson, and welcome to the Antonio Parkinson Project. And boy, do we have a good show lined up for you today. So we want to know, can a single woman raise a man by herself? And we're going to answer that question. We'll be right back, right here on the Antonio Parkinson Project. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Antonio Parkinson. Join me for the Antonio Parkinson Project each and every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. on Comcast, Channel 31.
Skinny Fiber works. I've got my Skinny Fiber. Have you got yours? If you need to drop 5 pounds quickly, Skinny Fiber works. If you need to get in that little black dress, Skinny Fiber works. Skinny Fiber lets you eat less and feel full. It's 100% all natural. It detoxifies the body, improves blood sugar imbalances, and melts away stubborn fat. Get yours today. For more information, call 901-860-5110. Or you may check out our website at www.skinnyuniverse.com.
Is your event powered by Black Market Strategies? Theirs was Black Market Strategies, the new face of urban marketing. Let us plan your next big event or design that special flyer. Black Market Strategies specializes in street team deployment, flyer distribution, target marketing, product and event promotions, marketing and brand awareness, campaigns and election strategies. But wait, there's more. Media relations and solutions, business strategies, community marketing. We promote people, product, events, and brands. Is your event powered by Black Market Strategies? Give us a call today. 901-379-9101.
See, that devil, he'll fool you. But I got good news, hallelujah. But I know that sucker cold like a cooler. Catch a dead broken, watch how he was.
Main chip on recognizing that hate you fucking famous motivation. Who wanna be dedicated? Being affiliated with the ones incarcerated from being intoxicated because they're not manipulated from pressure. On a whole other level side, they know how the female come better. Let's queen sing your lyrics in the form of a letter.
Rap music and its lyrics on the next Antonio Parkinson Project. Black Market TV. Welcome back to the show. It's the Antonio Parkinson Project. I am Antonio Parkinson, and we're excited to have you as our guest and as our co-host out there watching and viewing right now. And boy, do we have a serious topic right here, and we have a great guest and actually a great bunch of guests that we're going to talk to about this subject. Can a single woman raise a man by herself? And right now, hit us on Twitter right now and let us know what you think. Answer that question for us. Can a single woman raise a man by herself? And joining us right now is Stephanie Love, Shelby County School Board Commissioner. That's a hot topic. We had the same topic at the block party and Picnic for Peace. So Stephanie Love.
Hey, what's up?
Can a single woman raise a man by herself?
At the block party for peace, I said yes, a single woman can raise a man by themselves. But I'm sorry, I have to change my answer to Shay.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Stephanie Love, you're changing your answer now, and you were vehemently saying and feeling that a woman could do that. And of course, I'm saying this all in fun, but, we respect your opinion and your experience and, and the things that you've seen. So tell us, why have you now reversed that, your opinion in regards to whether or not a single woman can raise a man by herself?
First, let me say, I do believe we as single mothers can raise our sons. We can raise a man, but as a mother alone, we cannot raise our boys effectively to be a man, because number one, we cannot show our boys or even relate to our boys about how it feels to be a man, because we're not men. And our boys will always have a void in their lives. And also, we don't know what it feels like to be a man provider of a household. We don't know what it feels like to have to be that strong black man in a family and you lose a job and you have no way to support your family. We don't know what it feels like to have your manhood stripped from you. We don't know what it feels like, for a black man to be labeled in society. Of course, we are labeled, but we don't know what it feels like for a man in this day's society to be labeled. So can we do it by ourselves? No, but we will do the best that we can with what we have. Yeah,
that's interesting and a very valid point. And I want to applaud all of the women that are out there doing it by themselves. But at the same time, I really hate the fact that you have to be out there doing it by yourselves. Now, Stephanie, they say the fact that men some say rather, the fact that men are missing from the household is really the single most or the biggest source of some of the challenges that we have in the African American community. What do you say to that?
I say that's true. Our men are not stepping up to the plate. Our men have become women in a sense. We are providing for the children. We are nurturing our children. We are showing them what men should be showing them. So, as a single mother, I'll tell you, it's hard, but at the end of the day, it has to be done. And if the father is not stepping up to the plate, then we as mothers, we're going to do what we need to do. But we need a male role model. The children, they need a male figure, a positive male figure in their lives in order for them to be a complete man.
But, it's interesting that you say, I remember Snoop Dogg had a song that was said, some of these blanks are blanks too. I don't know if you remember that, but it kind of goes to what you were saying, that some of these men, are acting like women. But let me ask you this. Let's go on to the layers of this thing. So, the fact that some of these men are not being men, as you say, what do you think is the root cause of the men not being the men that they should be?
Basically, a lot of our men were not raised to be men. A lot of our boys, when they were raised, they were not raised to be the head of the household.
Let me interrupt you there. So they're not raised to be the head of the household, but why? Do you think they're not being raised to be the head of the household because they're being raised by women? Or do you think, are we in a cycle here where the father wasn't there and a woman is raising a man, and then that man is turning out not to be a man because the father wasn't there in the first place? Are we in that cycle?
Really, it goes all the way back to slavery, Touche. All the way back. Back then they would kill the man, and the woman and the child would have to watch them. And then the mother, she would shelter her child because she didn't want her child, to be killed. So, the men were not, our boys were not taught to be men.
That's interesting. I'm sorry to keep on interrupting, but you keep on hitting on some so many good points. That's interesting you say that, because about back in the slavery days, but the fastest way to kill a nation, what the strategy has always been to kill the men and the boys of the family. So go ahead. I'm sorry for interrupting.
That's true. We just like with the state of Tennessee Department of Human Services, they tell us if we want benefits, remove the man from the household. But then on the other hand, we're telling the man to step up. If we want child support, the man can't be in the household. It's basically like we're telling the man to go away, but then we're calling and telling him to come and support. So it's society has twisted our minds totally, and then with us, we have accepted what's not normal as normal.
Wow. And so what do you say, because in other cultures, and this is one of the points that I brought out when we were at the Block Party and Picnic for Peace, plug, it's talking about how in other cultures, they're not facing the same, they face the same issue, but not in the magnitude or at the magnitude that the black community faces with fathers being missing from the home. What do you think is the difference?
Nobody wants to tell our men to step up. We have an older generation, we have the new generation, and we have the future generation. Everybody wants to talk about the problem, but nobody wants to talk about the solution. We see plenty of young boys walking the streets with their pants sagging. We see plenty of misguided young boys in the community, but we would rather sit around and talk about what they're doing wrong instead of helping them and preparing them for the future.
Okay, so the boys, do you think it's a societal issue and society should be teaching them, or should the parents be teaching them? So is this something that is society to blame for it?
Everybody is to blame for it, Touche. Like I said, even with education, gang violence, everybody has a part in this, and until we raise our hand and say, I was part of the problem, I want to be part of the solution, we'll never get to the answer.
So, Stephanie Love, I agree wholeheartedly, and and I appreciate your opinion on this matter. And but coming up next, and coming up in a later segment, we got Stephanie Love, and her son is here. and we're going to get a chance to hear his opinion on this matter as to whether or not a single mother can raise a man by herself. But also later in the segment, in another segment, we got Thaddeus Matthews, the Thaddeus Matthews, the baddest man in television, coming up on the show also. So y'all stick and stay. We'll be right back on the Antonio Parkinson Project. Hi, I'm Antonio Parkinson. Join me for the Antonio Parkinson Project each and every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. on Comcast Channel 31.
Skinny Fiber works. I've got my Skinny Fiber. Have you got yours? If you need to drop 5 pounds quickly, Skinny Fiber works. If you need to get in that little black dress, Skinny Fiber works. Skinny Fiber lets you eat less and feel full. It's 100% all natural. It detoxifies the body, improves blood sugar imbalances, and melts away stubborn fat. Get yours today. For more information, call 901-860-5110. Or you may check out our website at www.skinnyuniverse.com.
Is your event powered by Black Market Strategies? Theirs was Black Market Strategies, the new face of urban marketing. Let us plan your next big event or design that special flyer. Black Market Strategies specializes in street team deployment, flyer distribution, target marketing, product and event promotions, marketing and brand awareness, campaigns and election strategies. But wait, there's more. Media relations and solutions, business strategies, community marketing. We promote people, product, events, and brands. Is your event powered by Black Market Strategies? Give us a call today. 901-379-9101.
See, that devil, he'll fool you. But I got good news, hallelujah. But I know that sucker cold like a cooler. Catch a dead broken, watch how he was.
Main chick on recognizing the hate you fucking famous motivation. Who want to be dedicated? Being affiliated with the ones incarcerated from being intoxicated because they're manipulated from pressure. On a whole other level, beside that, no other female come better. Let's queen send your lyrics in the form of a letter.
Rap music and its lyrics on the next Antonio Parkinson Project. Black Market TV. Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project, and we are happy to have you here. I'm Antonio Parkinson, and joining us right now is none other than Talisa Franklin. Talisa Franklin now is the leader and the director of the Juneteenth festival here in Memphis, Tennessee. So Talisa Franklin, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Antonio Parkinson. Welcome to your project. I feel so honored.
Hey, Talisa Franklin, this is her first time on the show, but believe me, she's going to be back. She's probably going to be a recurring guest right here on the Antonio Parkinson Project. She has an opinion, and we want to hear that opinion. So, Talisa Franklin, the burning question, some of us, we feel that this is probably the most important subject matter in the African American community because it has so many implications, so many ripples, so many waves that emanate from, this issue. Can a single woman raise a man by herself?
In my opinion, no, because many single women that are raising their child, their son by themselves is because they want to. It's not because they have to, because they have fathers that want to be a part of that child's life. But as you know, Antonio, and I see it so many times in our community, when the woman is mad at the man, she won't let the man be a part of that child's life. And because I know firsthand, many of them don't know my story, but my story, you can't get mad at the man, but God has sent another man in your life to be that man. But if that man want to be a part, give them the opportunity. Just because your relationship went bad, it does not mean that that child does not need that little boy.
I got to jump in here now.
Okay.
You said that they cannot be mad at the man. Can they not be mad at the man?
Well, let me tell you, there's some good men out here, but some of the women get very upset when the man don't want them no more. If he don't want you no more, girl, come on.
Wow.
Come on. Don't be mad at the child, because what they're doing, they're depriving that child from a great lasting relationship that that child would need with that dad. But because they're mad at the father, or maybe the father has moved on with another woman and they're mad at that woman, so they say, well, she ain't gonna be raising my child. It's not about her. It's about your child and the relationship in which, especially because I have a young man with a boy. You gotta understand, I raised my brothers and they're college degreed. I'm very excited about their life, but if they would have had a real man, a father in their life, my God, there were some things I can't teach a boy. I can't teach you how to pee.
Oh, okay, and probably not. But let me ask you this. So
you can't teach you how to pee.
You cannot teach you. No, you can't. You probably can't teach him how to pee.
I can't teach you how to pee.
but let me ask you this. What about the woman that uses the child as a tool because the man is gone? And what about the man that doesn't see the child because the woman doesn't want a relationship anymore?
Well, and that's when you have to go through the necessary steps. You can't take with violence. You can't do all this other things that's derogatory, because at the end of the day, you have to set an example for that child how to control the anger. That's why you're seeing so much anger, domestic violence going on, because as adults, we don't know how to control our anger, and then the children are right in the midst of it. I can just give you a prime example. I had a girlfriend call me today that the father was acting a fool, the mother was acting a fool. They're driving down the apartment complex like they at a carnival.
Oh, wow.
Just fighting.
In the car?
In the car. But the kick thing.
Well, who's driving?
The dad is in one car, the mom is in another car. Both children are seeing it all. So that's not a good look, Antonio.
Wow.
So what we have to do as adults, we have to control our anger. If I'm upset with my husband when it pertains to my son, Charles, go in another room. Let me talk to your dad.
Right, but you have emotions involved. So you got emotions involved. You're a couple. Everybody's in love. Everything's going well. Then somebody, cheats or something, and then the relationship breaks, and then somebody, either the mother is holding the child keeping the child away from the father because she's angry, or the father is not coming to see the child because he's angry. What happens? Because there are layers to this thing. It's not just fathers deciding not to be involved in relationships, and sometimes it is, and probably a lot of times
and trust me, I know that wholeheartedly, but stuff happens. You have to say, what's best for my child? Will I continue to talk about what he's not doing? Let's see what he is doing. In so many cases, you have relationships where the father may have been deceased. There's another man that has stepped in to take that active role to teach that boy how to be a man. Do you shy them away, or do you let them in because the next man hurt you?
Boy, that's a whole nother show, because do blended families work? We're going to have to do that show. That's a great idea.
Blended
families work? Do they work? But we're not going to cover it right now. That's my ADD kicking in. But we are going to have to do that show. We're going to have you back on the show for that show. And so, Talisa, what advice do you have for these single women that are trying to raise a man by themselves? What about the mom that says, I'm the mother and the father. Send me a Father's Day gift. Send me a Father's Day card because I'm mom and dad. Is there any truth to that statement?
There is, because I know a woman right now, Bishop Stephen's mother, Mother Beverly, his mom. She was able to raise both of her sons to be great leaders in the community, but it took a village. I guarantee you, if you talk with her today, she said there was other people around her that helped her raise their child. So I said,
were they male figures? Are they male figures, or were they other female figures? So who helped raise?
I guarantee you there was male figures, because everybody has a male figure in their community, in their life, that can help transform that male boy. That's what's wrong with the community now. We have too many women raising male boys when they're becoming
Oh.
When instead, if a male hadn't taught them how to experience a woman, then all they know is what a woman.
Is that now? Look, you know I can't let you escape with that. So is that really one of the causes for or is that because of the single parent or the mothers raising the men or raising the boys? Is that a byproduct of it?
Well, you gotta understand, as a mom, and I have a young man, sometimes I'm a little bit more lenient on him, but versus with his dad is gonna say, no, stop, boy, you're not going to do that. And little boys need that male voice. And then back in the day, we used to have principals that would speak into these young children's life.
And they used to paddle.
And they used to paddle.
Right.
So the key thing is, back to the original question, women, love yourself, love your child, no matter what he did not do, you're still able to do, and God will send somebody in your life that will fill the void in which you think that you're missing by him not being a part.
So we have a whole lot more coming, and coming up in the next segment, we're going to have Talisa Franklin back because we got a burning question that I need to ask her, but I'm not going to tell you guys what it is till we come back. So you need to stick around and stay right here on the Antonio Parkinson Project, and we will be right back. Hi, I'm Antonio Parkinson. Join me for the Antonio Parkinson Project each and every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. on Comcast Channel 31.
Skinny Fiber works. I've got my Skinny Fiber. Have you got yours? If you need to drop 5 pounds quickly, Skinny Fiber works. If you need to get in that little black dress, Skinny Fiber works. Skinny Fiber lets you eat less and feel full. It's 100% all natural. It detoxifies the body, improves blood sugar imbalances, and melts away stubborn fat. Get yours today. For more information, call 901-860-5110. Or you may check out our website at www.skinnyuniverse.com.
Is your event powered by Black Market Strategies? Theirs was Black Market Strategies, the new face of urban marketing. Let us plan your next big event or design that special flyer. Black Market Strategies specializes in street team deployment, flyer distribution, target marketing, product and event promotions, marketing and brand awareness, campaigns and election strategies. But wait, there's more. Media relations and solutions, business strategies, community marketing. We promote people, product, events, and brands. Is your event powered by Black Market Strategies? Give us a call today. 901-379-9101.
See, that devil, he'll fool you. But I got good news, hallelujah. But I know that sucker cold like a cooler. Catch a dead broken, watch how he was.
Main chick on recognizing the hate you fucking motivation. Who want to be dedicated? Being affiliated with the ones incarcerated from being intoxicated because they're manipulated from pressure. On a whole other level, beside that, no other female come better. Let's queen sing your lyrics in the form of a letter.
Rap music and its lyrics on the next Antonio Parkinson Project. Black Market TV. to the Antonio Parkinson Project, and we're glad to have you. And we still have here with us Talisa Franklin, and we have animated Talisa Franklin, the energized Talisa Franklin. I think she had a little shot of Red Bull and a shot of 5-hour energy drink before. No, I'm just kidding. This is her energy, and we love that energy with Talisa Franklin. So Talisa, I told our audience that I had a burning question for you. Okay. So here's my question. What do you tell your son when he has those male questions that he wants answered, and you're raising this child as a single mother?
If I was a single mother, I would say simply, son, what mommy knows, she knows. What she do not know, I have a young man or male figure in my life that can tell you these things that I trust, that able to pour to them. And then I have to make sure the male figure in which I have speak to my son is living up to the godly standards. Not just standards of having a professional, has money, has nice cars. I need them to be a godly man, because that godly man is going to tell that young man what the Word of God has to say about his life, what God has plans for him. That godly man is going to tell them Jeremiah 29:11, boy, I got plans for your life. That godly man is going to say Ephesians 3:20, now unto him that is able to exceedingly and abundantly. That godly man. But if you give a worldly man that don't have even a relationship with God, he's going to tell that young man, which if it was my son, all the things that he do not need to know that will cause him to be stagnated in his growth of being the great citizen that I know that my son could be, and then I know that your son that you're watching to be. It's important. It's important, Antonio.
That is important. But what about those single women that are searching for that godly man? How do you manage the two? How do you manage raising a son and at the same time trying to find someone, a good godly man to be in his life? You know, because now you have a situation of the possibility of men coming into these young guys' lives and in and out, and these young guys will probably, there's a possibility that they will emulate what they're seeing. What do you say to that?
Well, everybody knows some man in their life, especially an older man that has a little bit more wisdom. Watch how he has reared his children. Watch what his children is doing. And then that will literally say, you know what, I want my son to be like that. Everybody had that. I don't care if you was in the hood, because I grew up in the hood. But I always had somebody that my grandparents had me speaking into my life. They may not knew about education. They may not knew all about entrepreneurship, but they always had somebody to speak into my life. So we all have somebody that can speak. We just got to open up our eyes open.
Let me ask you this. So have we gotten away from the village principle of it takes a village to raise a child?
I do believe, because most of us don't even know our neighbors. We don't know not one of our neighbors from the left to the right or in front or sits behind us. We don't know our neighbors. We pull into our subdivisions, we hit that garage door, we go in, and the whole world is off.
You know, that's the fault of the air conditioner, because before there was an air conditioner, we were all sitting outside on the porch.
And video games.
And video games and hanging out. And then when it started getting cool in our houses during the summer, you know, we stopped going outside and stopped looking at our neighbors. And now we even call our neighbors the nosy neighbors, and you want your neighbors to be nosy, to look out for your house. So, you know, I don't know how, Talisa, how do we get back to that? How do we get back to bringing the village in to raise our child? Because, you know, we're losing them, and on a serious note, we are truly losing the children in our community.
Well, Antonio, once again, you have created avenues. I've created the block party. You're bringing people together. You may not have a big block party like yours, but take your block and love your block. With Juneteenth, you have people that come around every year just to meet each other. We got to get back to the basic principles, and we can do it one block at a time.
But how do you address the fear? How do you address our older citizens being scared of our younger men? Because a lot of our younger men are coming up in single parent households, and so the guidance that was necessarily there from the male figure may not be there, and they're kind of running wild. How do we address that?
One, you just have to trust. You cannot give up hope. One thing about us as people of faith, we can't give up hope. If you're going to have faith, then you can't have fear. So there's somebody in every household so they believe and they have faith. And if you have that belief and you have that faith, you get out your house and you go knock on that door and you start creating relationships. When you start forming those relationships, they become lasting relationships, and you don't know who you're sitting next to. You don't know who you're being a neighbor to. The key thing is, if I when I first sent my brother off to college, there was a lot of things that I did not know. But there was enough people around me were able to pour into me, but I never would have known these things if I never went to open my mouth to build relationships. So the key thing is that they build relationships on your block.
So building relationships on the block. But let me ask you this.
Okay.
Do you think there are enough programs out there for the young African-American men that are growing up in these single households?
There are plenty of programs out there. The key thing is there's not enough funded programs for these programs to be successful. So many times the funds go to programs that has all these administrative fees where they never, ever, ever touch the surface of being productive and life-changing in these young children's
So the
lives.
money never ever touches the ground?
Never touches. It's in administrative fees. You think about in an average nonprofit that's a major nonprofit, if they're getting $100,000, if the president, the COO is making $70,000, okay, we only have $30,000. None of it's going to touch our children.
Right. And that's a sad fact because we are losing children every day. You know, from violence to to jail. But here's the thing. You know, in a lot of cases, our children are being raised by gang members. So I need you to just wrap us up with that question. How do we rescue and change the idea of the father figure being a gang member back to a father in the household?
Many young people, because I've dealt with young people, many young people that get in gangs, they're looking for a sense of belong. So we as the community has to give them positive outlets to belong. And we can't say we're going to give you an outlet to do something. These children need money. So we have to create revenue. We have to create jobs. We got to meet the people where they're needed. The young gang members meet them with tennis shoes. So why we as the church and the community is not giving our children shoes, then that's when we can build a relationship. If there's a real man in the community, they see their neighbor's young as a single parent, that young boy needs some shoes, go buy him some shoes. What's it going to be, $40, $50? Buy that baby some shoes.
Right, because if you don't, somebody else is.
Somebody else will.
That's right. Talisa Franklin, thank you so much for being on the show. We are excited to have you, and we're going to have you back because we got to do that other show. And so y'all don't go anywhere because we got the baddest man on TV coming to the show, coming to the Antonio Parkinson Project next. Mr. Thaddeus Matthews right here next on the Antonio Parkinson Project. So stick around. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Antonio Parkinson. Join me for the Antonio Parkinson Project each and every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. on Comcast Channel 31.
Skinny Fiber works. I've got my Skinny Fiber. Have you got yours? If you need to drop 5 pounds quickly, Skinny Fiber works. If you need to get in that little black dress, Skinny Fiber works. Skinny Fiber lets you eat less and feel full. It's 100% all natural. It detoxifies the body, improves blood sugar imbalances, and melts away stubborn fat. Get yours today. For more information, call 901-860-5110. Or you may check out our website at www.skinnyuniverse.com.
Is your event powered by Black Market Strategies? Theirs was Black Market Strategies, the new face of urban marketing. Let us plan your next big event or design that special flyer. Black Market Strategies specializes in street team deployment, flyer distribution, target marketing, product and event promotions, marketing and brand awareness, campaigns and election strategies. But wait, there's more. Media relations and solutions, business strategies, community marketing. We promote people, product, events, and brands. Is your event powered by Black Market Strategies? Give us a call today. 901-379-9101.
See, the devil, he'll fool you. But I got good news, hallelujah. But I know that sucker cold like a cooler. Catch a dead broken, watch how he was.
Main chick on recognizing that hate you motivation. We want to be dedicated. Being affiliated with the ones incarcerated from being intoxicated because they're manipulated from pressure. On the whole other level side, they know how the female come better. Let's queen sing your lyrics in the form of a letter.
Rap music and its lyrics on the next Antonio Parkinson Project. Black Market TV. Welcome back to the Antonio Parkinson Project. We're glad you're still around. And so, look, I want to jump right into this because we got the baddest man in television right here on the Antonio Parkinson Project. None other than the man himself, Mr. Thaddeus Matthews. Woohoo! Thaddeus Matthews. What's happening? Welcome to the show.
Well, man, you're absolutely right. I am the baddest man in TV.
You are the baddest.
I mean, but no, I'm glad to be here on your show today.
And modest too.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Man, I'm glad to have you, man. You know, I appreciate what you do and really bringing the consciousness to your audience. For things that need to be looked at. It's real. Some people may not agree with it. Sometimes I don't agree with it. But hey, you definitely give people something to think about and things that they need to think about that matter, as a matter of fact. So, big shout out to the Thaddeus Matthews Show. And when can they tune in and watch the show, Thaddeus?
Mondays through Fridays, Central Time from 7 until 9, or you can catch me around the world at ThaddeusMatthewsRaw.com.
And Thaddeus, what do the ladies call you?
Thaddy Bear.
And you got to say it with a whisper.
Oh yeah, you have to say it with a whisper.
You got to exhale.
You have to roll off your lips.
Thaddy
Bear. Yeah.
Yeah. So hey, Thaddeus, I ain't calling you no Thaddy Bear, though, Doc.
Well, you can call me T-Bear. The guys call me T-Bear. Okay, just call me Thaddeus.
Thank you, man. No bears.
Yeah.
It's just too cuddly. It's
no
so
bears.
Too cuddly about
Please,
I've
been talking about that cuddly stuff on the show, so let's not go cuddly.
Yeah, please don't go cuddly. Yeah, you'll never have me on your show because
we ain't, because we ain't going that way.
You're right. That's right. So Thaddeus, a real important matter here. Can a single woman raise a man by herself?
I don't think that a single woman can raise the man and the man factor. I think that a woman can raise a male factor to be a good man, be a good individual, and do all that she can do. But I think that there's certain things that a woman is going to miss when we come to this thing that we call manhood.
So let me ask you this, before we even go into all of the layers of your response, tell us about your background. Were you raised in a single parent household?
Yeah, my mother was 16 years old when I was born.
Okay.
And I only found out who my father was recently, and he's dead. But coming up as a child, North Memphis area, my experience is different from what I hear many young men say. I was not one of those less fortunate children. I was not one of those children that had to do it out. I was raised by a grand aunt and a great grandmother and my mother. But the main focus of my life was on my grand aunt. Now, there were many things that they taught, like the work experience. You got to get up, you got to go out, you got to work, you can't stay in the bed all day. They taught me the basics.
But before you move forward, what was that work experience like? What work ethic were they putting into you as a young man?
My auntie owned the first black beauty supply in Memphis, Matthews Beauty and Barber Supplies. So as a little boy, I had to go to I knew where every beauty shop in Memphis happened to be. I had to go and carry all of this product into all of the beauty shops. So I created a work ethic early in life that you got to get up. Society owes you nothing. Nobody's going to give you anything. And just because you don't have a dad at the house, you cannot sit back and feel sorry for yourself.
Oh wow, yeah, that's some good stuff. So no father in the household, the grand aunt, and then another aunt. Am I correct?
No.
Okay.
Grand aunt, great grandmother until I was about 13, 14 years old.
Right. And your mom. And
my mom. Right.
So in that period of growing up in North Memphis, was there any male figure that was interjected into that at all?
My grand aunt had a boyfriend.
Okay.
Mr. Clarence.
Okay. Mr. Clarence.
Mr. Clarence.
Okay.
He's gone on too. But Mr. Clarence taught me to drive.
Okay.
Okay. But I'm 57 years old, so I come from an era where we didn't talk about a lot of things. We didn't talk about sex. God, I wish it had been somebody that told me some of these things about women that I had to find out on my own.
Well, let's talk about that.
Okay.
What did you have to find out on your own that you were not told?
See, when I was young, I was a hoe.
Okay, I was talking about HOE.
I was, because see, when I found out how the male mechanism started to work, I wanted it all the time. Okay,
how old were you at that point? Now, that's important to know. How old were you?
Let's see if I can remember back that far.
Right.
Probably 14.
That's how old I was.
15.
Right.
And then I had
there was no stopping
then I had
after
the
that.
school bus driver that just took advantage of me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
God
we
rest her soul.
got to touch on that, man. You keep on hitting.
Why?
So the older women, yeah, we got to touch on that because,
Okay, we'll
because
touch
these
on
are the
it.
things that when that male needs to be there
Yes.
for us to know. Because man, it was something about older women for me. That is, I don't know about
I
you.
didn't get mad at the older one. I didn't get mad
I
at the
didn't
bus
get mad
driver.
either.
I rolled to the end of the route every day.
Man, you know, there was an older lady that worked in the clothing store that was called Super Bad. Super Bad. Next to my mother's salon, she looked like Ola Ray back in the day. You remember Ola Ray on Michael Jackson's video?
No.
Thriller video? Wasn't she
No.
on a Thriller video or Billie Jean video? One of the
No.
videos. Well, she looked like Ola Ray. And Ola Ray, you know, everybody wanted Ola Ray back in the day. And I had to have Ola Ray myself. But she
Okay.
was 26. I was 15. That is. Well, see, that male figure being there could have schooled us on how Ola Ray was going to be or what things were going to be
But
like.
coming from that era, the things that we learn about women and the things that we learn about sex, we basically picked it up in the streets.
Yeah, at middle school. Yeah.
If there had been a male role model, he probably could have told me, you can't get it all at one time. Okay?
Yeah, but you know, going back to that, you know, a lot of the stuff that we picked up in the streets were lies. You know,
Of course it was.
Yeah.
And we didn't find out until we reached an age of maturity that it was not, because we was listening to the guys in the street
Right.
who were bragging, who really wasn't getting none. They wasn't getting none. But they was, hey man, you got this the way you do it, man. You do it like this, brother. And you know, you get out there, but then I fine-tuned my art though. Touche. I had to fine-tune my art and find myself and find my identity as a man.
Well, yeah, because some of those guys in the park, you know, they
wasn't getting none.
And they were turning up the little bottles of MD back then, you know, Thunderbird and the Night Train.
Oh yeah,
And they
Night
called
Train.
themselves schooling us.
Colt 45.
Yeah, young blood. You know, this is how you do it, man. Take your time. You know.
Yeah.
Man, but they wouldn't
Talk to her like this, man.
and
You know, when you roll up
Right.
on a man,
Right.
this is how you say it, man. Then you get her to do this here and that,
Right.
man. And we found out that none of that they were telling us was true.
Absolutely not, because if you now that you're older and you think about it, they were in the park all day.
Yeah, so how you getting something you
right, and then they were
Well,
passed out by the time the evening
Yeah.
fell. So
Yeah.
so now that you look back on it, you know, you really realize that was not the male mentorship
Right.
that we needed,
Right.
you know, growing up. So we're getting the wrap up sign. So we're going to be right back with the baddest man on television, Mr. Thaddeus Matthews, right here on the Antonio Parkinson Project. Hi, I'm Antonio Parkinson. Join me for the Antonio Parkinson Project each and every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. on Comcast Channel 31.
Skinny Fiber works. I've got my Skinny Fiber. Have you got yours? If you need to drop 5 pounds quickly, Skinny Fiber works. If you need to get in that little black dress, Skinny Fiber works. Skinny Fiber lets you eat less and feel full. It's 100% all natural. It detoxifies the body, improves blood sugar imbalances, and melts away stubborn fat. Get yours today. For more information, call 901-860-5110. Or you may check out our website at www.skinnyuniverse.com.
Is your event powered by Black Market Strategies? Theirs was Black Market Strategies, the new face of urban marketing. Let us plan your next big event or design that special flyer. Black Market Strategies specializes in street team deployment, flyer distribution, target marketing, product and event promotions, marketing and brand awareness, campaigns and election strategies. But wait, there's more. Media relations and solutions, business strategies, community marketing. We promote people, product, events, and brands. Is your event powered by Black Market Strategies? Give us a call today. 901-379-9101.
See, that devil, he'll fool you. But I got good news, hallelujah. But I know that sucker cold like a cooler. Catch a dead broken, watch how he was.
Main chick on recognizing the hate you fucking make you motivation. You want to be dedicated. Being affiliated with the ones incarcerated from being intoxicated because they're manipulated from pressure. On a whole other level side, then all the female come better. Let's queen sing your lyrics in the form of a letter.
Rap music and its lyrics on the next Antonio Parkinson Project. Black Market TV. back to the Antonio Parkinson Project, and we're glad you're here. And so, hey, this is a good show. We're excited about it. And we have right here with us the baddest man on television, Mr. Thaddeus Matthews. Thaddeus Matthews, you still here with us?
I'm still here, man.
So Thaddeus, we're talking about can a single woman raise a man by themselves. What do you say to these women that say, I don't need a man?
She telling a lie. You need him when you want your bills paid.
Oh.
Okay. You need him when you need some weave in your hair and you done ran out of money.
Oh.
You need a man. See, when a woman tells you that she does not need a man, then I question her sexuality.
Oh.
Okay, because the natural affection of a woman is another man. So one of the things, and you only hear black women talk about, I'm an independent woman. Okay, I don't need no man. And that same woman will turn around and say, if you want me, you got to take me and all your children. Hell, we didn't tell you to have no 20 babies and then you decide you're going to find Jesus and then you want us. But
20 babies and all of them named.
Yeah. Leroy, Troy Roy, Marquisha, Donquisha, and but the factor comes in that you do need a man. You do harm to the boy child when there is no male, and I'm talking about a strong male role model in his life. I'm not talking about the one that you sleep with for the rent, the one you sleep with for the car note, the other one that you sleep with for Memphis Light Gas and robbery. I'm talking about the male that you have in your life that can project manhood, that can tell him, man, pull your pants up.
Oh, man.
Okay? You need to go to school, that nobody is going to give anything to you, that you've got to have a positive mental attitude. Those are the type of models that we need. When a woman has a boy child and that boy child is in the house, she's got to have a man there that can deal with him. Because see, here's what happens.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Here's what happens a lot of times when you've got a male child, especially if he's 14, 15 years old, and he's a teenager,
where you're going. Go ahead.
And there has not been a man in the house. A lot of single women has honestly made their boy child really their man.
That's right.
So he's been running the house. He's been there. Dad is not here. You probably said some negative things about daddy and why daddy is not here, even though you may be the reason because you're the one who chose who his daddy was going to be. So when you bring a man into your life that really cares about you, want to be with you, there is a resentment that boy child is going to have, because he says, now, this man, you letting this man come in and he's taking...
And I've already marked all the corners.
Yeah, I peed on all the corners.
That's
okay?
Right.
I done peed in every spot, and this is my territory. How dare you, mama? So you create another layer of resentment and rebellion in that house. So the single woman has to come to the place, am I going to bring a man into the presence of my child? And if I'm going to bring a male into the presence of my child, am I going to bring that male into that child's life early enough so that maybe if he's going to be there, and this is the man I love, that there is a bonding that can take place.
And that's a real issue, because I'm going to tell you something. When I got out of Marine Corps boot camp, I think I was 18. I got out of Marine Corps boot camp, and I was in the best shape of my life, right? And I went to visit my mother. And my mother had a little boyfriend, and he was challenging me. I'm looking at him, dude.
You the Marine.
This ain't what you want.
You done learned some stuff.
This ain't what you want. But he had to have it, though, Thaddeus. He had to have it. And so within a matter of about 15 seconds, it was like click, 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 boom. And he was twisted up, folded like a little pretzel, right?
But you were looking forward to doing that thing.
I was.
Yes, you got off on that. Look what I did to your man.
And I'm just, and he, after he said uncle, several times, uncle, and he said it loudly after he said uncle. My mother was sitting over there folding up, cracking up, laughing, right? Because she told him, she warned him. But that goes back to what we're saying. I had done already marked these corners. You see what I'm saying? And you can't come in here, at this point now, feeling like, you
But you know you were wrong.
I was
Touche.
wrong. I'm gonna tell you, I don't think I was wrong because I was challenged. I didn't go in challenging.
Well,
him.
but see, here what the man had to do.
Right.
He got your mama.
Right.
Okay. He your mama's man.
Right.
Okay. So now he got to prove to your mama, I'm the head of the house.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
I'm in charge.
He got the stamp of disapproval.
But he had to prove his point to him. See, now, that man was never looked at the same in your mama's eyes again.
No.
You're a wimp.
He got
every time he wanted to raise his voice, I'll call my son on you.
You know what I think? I think his name was Clarence, too. I really do think his name was Clarence. He was Clarence the taxi driver. He was a cab driver.
Taxi?
Right. He
me to the other side of town.
He was like, hurry up and take this.
Yeah, give me a win here.
Yeah, but yeah, look, old Clarence, man, he walked up on the wrong one that time. But you know what, though? Even at the age of 14, I'll never forget this. When my mother separated from my stepfather, and I was like I think I was 12 or 13 or something like that. Mm-hmm. But then she got a new boy. She had a new boyfriend by now, another year older or 2 years older, 14, and my mother was the type of person that she would always instill in us the things that she felt like we needed to be, to be adults because she lost her mother early. And she was a little bit paranoid about that, right? Not us not having the tools in case something happened to her. Well, we got those tools. And as you just said, we felt like we were grown. And then here comes this new, and she wanted somebody in her life. I understand that, but here this guy come, and now keep in mind the stepfather's gone now that really raised me, up to that point, and here come this new guy, and again, marking them corners, man, and it just wasn't happening. So now me and the new guy, we chest to chest.
But you didn't think that your mama was supposed to have nobody.
I don't know if it's that I didn't think she was supposed to have anybody. I just didn't think they should tell me what to do. And that's the issue.
Oh, you was one of them little hothead, resentful children.
I was okay. because one of those guys tried to pull a belt out on me and spank me and discipline me, and I just didn't understand that. I'm like, dude, I don't even know you. Who are you? And why do you feel like you can? And that's an issue. Think about that though. That's an issue when these women are saying we don't need a man, and then they all of a sudden they want a man, and now this man has to come in, and that's gonna be another show we're gonna do because we talked to Talisa about that earlier about the blended family show, and we got to do that show and have both you and Talisa on that one. But that's an issue, man. What do you think about that? I don't need a man.
It goes back to the stages. When you hear a woman say that men are no good or your dad is no good, what women have to understand is that whoever his daddy is, no matter how bad he is, you made that choice.
He was good at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was good. And you got to understand, and women have to understand this point. A man will tell you anything to get some. That's the nature of a man. When that man meets you, that man is not looking to impregnate you. You have the responsibility as a woman to protect your vagina. Okay? Oh. If you don't protect it, the man just wants some. Now, when the impregnation comes in, the man says, I ain't want no baby. So you build a hatred and a resentment for that man, but in all actuality, you're a single mother because you chose to be a single mother.
And we're not saying also that, and I'm sure you're not saying, I don't want to speak for you, but that the man has no responsibility in this.
Man definitely has responsibility. Right. But the woman has the first responsibility because you chose the man, and you know that man didn't want no baby, but you thought in many cases that you could hold on to that man if you got pregnant. And the man said, hell, I'm out of here.
Let me ask you this, and I'm going to wrap this up with a little bit of controversial question. So ultimately, who's responsible as to whether or not they decide to have a child with this man, or with the man or the woman?
The woman.
There you go.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do with it.
There you go. And so look, hey, we're going to wrap the show up. That is Matthews, the baddest man on television, man. Look, I appreciate you, man.
Can I throw one other thing?
You absolutely can. Go ahead.
My good friend Talisa was on here, and she said that you can't be taught to pee by a woman.
Right.
My auntie taught me how to pee, and I've been peeing good ever since.
Matthew, he's been peeing good ever since, taught by a woman. There you have it. So, hey, thank you for being here. It's the Antonio Parkinson Project, each and every Thursday, 5:30 right here on Comcast Channel 31. And we will see you next week on the Antonio Parkinson Project. Black Market Strategies.